So now that we've allocated the project to the sales order, we have the 5 panels that we need to manufacture. The first thing that we're going to want to do is actually go ahead and look at the production order. So let's go ahead and do that. Under the production order modules, under production order maintenance, we'll see the latest and greatest production order that's created here. And we see that we have this panel that needs 5 of them to be produced in order to manufacture this item. So there's a couple of things we can see at the highest level. We have the high level information, what warehouse it's in, where the location's going to be, but there's also a couple of other things we want to take into consideration. Under production order details, there's a couple of things we can do. The unit cost obviously default, but we want to mark this for PO. Again, we're taking it to that next step because obviously we know if the inventory is on hand, the production order will just ask us to pull it and we can pull it. But what if you don't have the components on hand and you actually have to order them in order to manufacture the item? What we'll do is we'll select mark for PO. And what this will do is create the demand in the system, letting the system know to create these mass purchase orders. And I'll show that here in a minute. So once we've selected mark for PO, we see the unit cost of this project. I'll go ahead and save this. And this is obviously something that can be automatic and defaulted if it's relevant. We'll go back into the production order maintenance tab, and it's still in a plan phase, right? So I'm still able to order these items. You can't release the production order and then order inventory. First, we actually need to purchase them. So what we'll do at this point is we'll create the purchase orders, mass create purchase orders for this production order so that we can streamline and purchase and procure all the inventory we need. So under inquiries, I'll click on create purchase orders. And you'll notice the inventory items that I need to purchase are listed here. So these are the components for this item. You'll notice the default vendor is also specified. So if you have a preferred vendor that you typically buy a part or anything from, it's going to, carry a wide system wide. You can change it if you'd like to. You can also change the quantities if you want. But what you'll notice is the quantities are also being multiplied by 5 because you're creating 5 of these particular items, these panels. So we'll see all of these purchase orders, the production order that's being referenced, and we're going to want to create all of them right away because we don't want to create them individually. So I can alternatively select each and individual one and then hit process, and it's going to process the ones I've only selected, or I can click process all. One of the things I want to mention here is the schedules feature. And what this does is a scheduling tool that actually automates this. So once you sort of get the hang of the Acumatica solution, you're able to automate certain tasks like this. So let's say every 10 minutes you want this process to run and just auto create all the purchasing and let purchasing know. You can schedule these tasks out to do this automatically if you didn't want to review it. So here you can say you can have it run daily, on whatever date, every one day you can start it, and you can run it every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it might be. Or you could run it weekly, monthly, etc. But just an example of the level of automation that you can sort of leverage. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create these purchase orders for this production order, create it from the project for the sales orders. So we'll go ahead and just click process all to make things a little bit simple. And the system is now going to create all of these purchase orders and add them to the system. But it won't post them. So here we can see that there's 6 purchase orders that were posted. I don't want to exit out of this window, but you'll notice that some of the vendors are the same. So we have a vendor, 2 items there, a services, 2 items there, 1 for this vendor and 1 for this vendor. So technically this should have created 4 purchase orders, even though that there's 6 items. So it's going to bundle everything amongst the same vendor. So now it's going to release refresh our create purchase order screen, and it's empty.